Welcome to Slips Lesson 87 for the 5th grade. Today we're going to be using, in the video we're going to use sketches. As you come to school and do your work, you'll have the manipulatives available for you to help you to divide fractions. And dividing fractions is kind of it's an interesting thing as we start to work with this concept to see just how fractions really start to work together. So, for example, I have a fraction in yellow of 3/4. You can see I have 3 1/4 pieces, right? Each of these pieces are 1/4 of a circle. However, it says I want to take this 3/4 and I want to divide it into 1/8 instead. So it's 3/4 divided by 1/8. So in other words, how many 1/8 go into 3/4? And so you can see over here I have some 1/8 over here. I'll divide it. So let's start moving our 1/8 over. Okay, so I got 1/8 here. I got 1/8 there. 1/8. 1/8. 1/8. And of course 1/8. So in the end you can see that there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 1/8 in 3/4. And so 3/4 divided by 1/8 equals 6. What kind of makes this a little bit confusing is you have a fraction, you're dividing by a fraction, but you're getting a whole number. However, you can see from the picture that that's exactly how it works in this case. Let's try another one. It says 1/2 divided by 1/4. So in this case, we have a 1/2 piece right here, and we want to see how many 1/4 fit into that 1/2. And hopefully this should look pretty simple to you this time. All right, I have 1, I have 2. So, in other words, 1/2 divided by 1/4 equals 2. So you see that process taking place. Now sometimes when we divide fractions, just like when we multiply fractions, we're going to have whole numbers. So how do you deal with whole numbers when you divide a whole number by a fraction? In this case, we're just going to work with the number 1 to start today, but eventually we'll be getting into 2, 3, 4, and all the other whole numbers that are available also. So if I have 1, purple represents my 1, and I want to divide it into thirds, how many thirds fit into 1? And hopefully this should become very apparent really fast. Uh-oh, that's behind. That's not what we wanted. See if we can change the order real. Oops, wrong one. Let's bring these all to the front. And okay, so we got a 1/3, a second 1/3, a third 1/3, and we have definitely fit all of those 1/3 into our 1. And so in the end, we have the idea of 3 1/3, right? 3 of these fit into our whole 1. And so you have that idea. All right, with that in mind, go ahead and work through this sample problem. It says make a sketch to show the division of 1/4 divided by 1/12. What is the quotient then? So first of all, draw the picture. Second, what is the quotient? Or what is the answer to this problem? All right, that is Lesson 87, looking at dividing fractions.